Hello guys and welcome back to another video. I'm happy you guys enjoyed the last video that I posted on Tuesday. It was age 10 years, I think it's age 10 years within 1 year. And I think this video is an important topic to relay off of that because it really contextualizes and makes you understand the reason why it's very important for you to have that 10 years of experience all within 1 year, causing you to age, as I said, within 1 year. So, firstly, I wanted to say many thanks for all the likes and all that type of stuff and the subscribers. Additionally, once again, if you're interested in my ebook, The Art of Identity Shift, the link is inside the description. But other than that, let's get straight into today's video. So as I said, past 18, all men are the same age. And the reason for this video is too many people believe that, okay, once I'm 18 or once they're 18 to about 25, that is their free time. And I think this also stems back to one of the other videos that I spoke about, which is you don't have as much time as you think. Where I go and say, okay, everybody believes, okay, because we're young, we only live once, so go and have your fun. But I don't think a lot of people understand that once, okay, not a lot of people, but men understand that once you reach the age of 18, you're on the same playing field as every single other man. And it's crazy to say that, but it's the genuine truth for us as men. So I've said, once men hit 18, we are all on the same playing field. And the reason that I came to this conclusion was because me and my friends used to speak about this a lot, and there's experiences that I've gone through in my own life where I've realized, hold on, it's no longer I'm a young man that's looking impressive. It's like it's expected essentially, and it's painful to say that because okay, you're thinking, yeah, we're all young. Okay, let's say you see that 20-year-old millionaire. Oh, everyone's like, yeah, wow, but eventually people be like, but it's expected. Not saying that every single 20-year-old should be a millionaire, but when you step back and be like, hold on, he's a man. Like realistically, that is a man. So he's 20 years old and a millionaire. Well done, he's done amazing for his age. But at the end of the day, once people look past that age factor, they're gonna be like, yeah, but he's a man that has money. Well done, he's done it. Because when he gets to the age of 30 or 40, it's going to look exactly the same because at the end of the day, he is a man. It's not nothing crazy because once we reach the age of 18, all of us are on the same playing field. So I've written down some points and some things that I've just thought about when jotting down this video. My brain is pretty fogged out today. I don't know why, but I'm going to try and get this out. It might be another yap sesh, but I think you guys enjoy these style videos. It's just me with my phone, just speaking on some topics that I just randomly sit down and think about. So from 18, when you hit 18, the world no longer sees you as a boy anymore. You'll be judged like a man. And the reason why I say this is that too many young men believe that okay, then they can hit the age of 18 and start walking around and doing things like a child. Obviously, everybody can have their own fun, but when you go past that fun, when you go past not that fun, but like when you can't manage it anymore, when it's no longer controllable, as a grown man, well, past the age of 18, that's when I think it's an issue. And below 18, I will always say, oh, it's fine, do whatever you want because eventually you'll grow out of it. But past 18, I will always say there's sort of an issue there. And I think any single other person that you speak to who's conquered these things, they'll say, okay, then, when you are a child, which is below 18, do what you want because you're a child. Like, you'll grow out of these things. Once you're an adult, you should be leaving those things behind. But once you reach the age of 18, okay, now these things have to get less. Ironically, me and my friends were doing it from the age of 20, but realistically, we should have started from the ages of 18 and below. But when you're at that age, well, in the UK, I think a lot of people still turn 18 when they're in sixth form. Like, I think the only people who don't turn 18 are people that's born in like August and stuff, where August and July, but then you've already left sixth form. And I don't know about how college works in America, but at least I know in the UK, you're still in college at the age of sixth form at the age of 18. But I think once you reach that age, and it's not like, okay, then overnight should happen, but once you hit that age, I think there should be a turning point within your life where you're like, okay, then all these childish things, let me start to step back from them and decline away from them because I am technically a grown man at this point in time. I think you can be legally held out for drinking, for driving. What other laws is there? I think those are the main ones. Going into a club, all these sorts of things you can do at the age of 18 because you're a legal adult now at this point in time. From 16, I think you can do certain things, but I think at 18 is where you unlock the majority of things. And I think at 21 is like, you got the whole shebang. But I think 18 is like the middle ground where it's like, okay, then you are now basically a grown man. So, the reason why I say these things additionally is because we are all on the same playing field. When I was 19, a woman asked me if I could talk to her son and give him some advice about life. I was expecting him to be around 13 to 15, but when I asked her what was his age, she said 33. At first, I was shocked, but then I realized me and him are the same age, or the same age, because obviously he's 33 and I'm 19. But when she asked me, I was like, wow, I'm a 19-year-old young man, and she just asked me to give advice for a 33-year-old, and she was dead serious. She was like, oh, I like what you're doing with your life. I like the things that you're speaking about. Oh, do you think you could talk to my son? And I was like, yeah, sure, 100%. Because at that point in time, I was also doing more offline things when talking to young men and trying to like educate young men. And she was like, yeah, he's 33. And I was thinking, he's 33? I was like, what can I speak to him about? I was like, of course, there's other things like the mindset shift, in terms of getting yourself into the gym. Like, there's sort of things I can talk to a 33-year-old. But until I extrapolate at that point in time, until I actually think, okay, what can I actually help him with? I'm here thinking, hold on, he's 33. I can't help this person. But at that point in time, as I said, once you reach the age of 18, bro, age is literally a number at that point in time. All men are basically the same. And it's crazy to say that. And when you actually look at generic men friendship groups, you'll see, for example, when I was walking to the train station, I saw these three groups of men. One of them looked about 50, the other one looked about, I would say, late 20s, early 30. The other one looked about 16 to 18. But they're all sitting together, having vapes, sitting down, having beer together. And I was thinking, that is exactly what a man is like. Like, men can just chill together at any age. So when I'm seeing that, I'm like, to them, all three of each other are the same age. They'll talk about the exact same things. Maybe the older guy's gonna be telling these lot about his struggles with his wife or his family or his kids and sort of things. The 16-year-old's gonna say, okay, school's got him a headache, but everyone can sit there and relate to each other. The reason is because at that point in time, they are all men. It's not like, okay, then this is a boy and us two are men. Like, no, they are all men in each other's eyes. So this is the thing that young men have to wake up to. It's that once you reach the age of 18, society doesn't care about how old you are anymore. It's like, okay then, do something. You are 18. You are running towards being a man. And especially you see at the age of 18, I'm going to have a video coming called, I think I'm even going to name it University Kills Ambitious Young Men, or Should Young Men Go to University? Something like that. Something along those lines. But you see that once you reach the stage of 18, that's when you have to start making these big drastic changes. Society is saying to you, okay, then, you're either going to get a job, you're either going to go to university, or you're going to do an apprenticeship. Or you can take a gap year and then go and have fun. Because me personally, I took a gap year to work, but you can take a gap year, all these sorts of things. But now you have to make a drastic change for your life, a decision, something that's going to affect the rest of your life from the age of 18. So as you can see, from the age of 18, you are now deemed as a man. Whether you like it or not, you are a man. You have to start making decisions for your life as a man. You can be confused, and obviously I'm not saying, because you're 18, I'm all men, you have to come understand your whole entire life. No. But I want you to wake up so you can be like, okay then, there's certain characteristics, there's certain things that maybe I shouldn't be doing, or at least I should start limiting because my life is heading towards the lifestyle of a grown man. So I need to start doing things which is going to be making me be operating as a grown man. And this also links back to the video, as I said, age 10 years within 1 year, saying that you must mature faster. Imagine from the ages of 18 to 19, you say, okay then, rather than me doing this, like rather than me going out getting drunk with the boys every single night at uni campus, or rather than me, I don't know what else people do, gaming until about 6 a.m. and then waking up and seeing the sun there. Or not even waking up, staying awake till the sun rises, and I'm like, okay then, I'm screwed for the day, and then staying awake for the rest of the day. You're saying, okay then, I'm 18 now. Let me moderately control these things, because obviously at the age of 18, nobody wants to strip everything and strip all of the fun from their life. So let's say rather than you saying, I'm going to go get drunk with the boys every single week, I'm going to do it once a month. And then the rest of the time, you are going to be productive. You're going to be focusing on, I don't know if you're in university, I don't really advocate for university, but let's say you went to university, you're going to spend the majority of the month focused towards your course and maybe, your degree. And maybe on the side you have a job or you have some sort of side hustle which you're trying to use so that, okay, let's say once you do get the degree, you can still have a business or something on the side which you can focus on at the same time. Or let's say you went and got an apprenticeship and you're staying at home with your family or something like that. Rather than you staying awake every single night playing games, you're going to say, okay, I'm going to limit myself to gaming to once a week so I can focus on my job, so I can focus on getting that to actually secure the job. Because I believe when you're an apprentice, you don't actually secure the job. You're going to be working there for a set amount of years, but if they don't hire you, you don't get the job back. So you're going to be saying, okay, I'm going to be focusing on this job because that's what you'll be doing your thing as a young man, as a grown man actually. Because as I said, young men is going to be like, okay then, I've got this opportunity, let me just abuse it. But a grown man's going to say, okay, I've got this opportunity, I know how scarce it is, so let me utilize it. Because if you don't utilize it, somebody else will utilize it. And this is what it means to be operating as a grown man. And this is why I say, once young men reach the age of 18, we are all on the same playing field. Additionally, if you are below 18, you can brag about your age and do what you want, but you'll grow out of it. But if you're 18 and above, your age isn't special anymore. And I'm telling you this for a fact because I used to believe that, when I was below 18, my physique was actually impressive for below 18. Everyone was like, yeah, you look sick, you look amazing. Like, to the stages where I am now, especially in my newer gym, like in my older gym, my physique is still a little bit like, oh, wow, yeah, a wow factor. But in my other gym, it's like, it's so normalized. Because I'm no longer getting seen as a young man anymore. Because I believe in my old gym, I'm still seen as a young man because they usually know like how old I am, where I've come from, all these sorts of things. But in my regular gym, it's like, it's just a regular another person. It's just a standard at this point in time. Not like a standard like my physique is a normal physique, but it's still like a standard. Because everyone's looking at me saying, nah, this is a grown man. Because that's how it is as a grown man. Everyone in that gym, I promise you, everyone in that gym has humbled me since I've come to the gym. I'm like, okay then. The majority of people here, I can see from everyone's physiques, their skin, and just their being that these people care about their diets. Majority of them are doing more, like a lot of cardio. They are doing things and going to sleep early to make sure that they are in their best conditions. These people are operating as grown men. There's people, probably people that are younger than me, but I don't even know it because I just know the majority of people I'm seeing, they are all operating as grown men. It's a standard. I think the youngest you can be is none. I don't think there's an age limit, but the spa section is above 18. But every single person there looks like a grown man. There's not one single person I've looked at and said, maybe this person shouldn't be here because everybody's operating as a grown man. And there's 18 and above inside of that section. But everybody seems like an old man. Not like an older man, but like an older man than 18. Because we are all operating on the same playing field. There's no longer, okay, then this is a kid, this is a kid, this is a kid. It's like, okay, man, 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 man. We're all men. Every single person. So this is the thing. When you are below 18, do have all the fun in the world, enjoy yourself because you're a kid. Yeah, sure. Doesn't mean go out and start picking up all these negative habits because the earlier you start, the better, 100%. I'm happy I started going to the gym at the age of 15 because where I am today is amazing. And because I built up that foundation and built up that habit, when I become, however, whatever age, maybe like 30, I'm going to look insane because I'm going to keep up the same exact habit from then until now. So obviously the earlier you start, the better. So I'm not advocating for you to waste your youth. But remember that you're young, so actually enjoy yourself. But once you reach the age of 18, it is locking period. And it's not a locking period, okay, I'm going to do 1 year off, 1 year on and 1 year off. No, it's going to be a lifestyle thing. You're going to be prioritizing the grind, prioritizing your hustle. Because, as I said about the intensity aspect of it, if you say, okay, then from the ages of 18 to about 30, I'm a hustle and I struggle, by 32 to 33, you'll be successful. And a lot of people say like 32 and 33 is too old, but when else will you do it? The time's going to fly by anyway. Why not just prioritize the hustle? Because if you don't prioritize the hustle, you say, I'm just going to live a regular life, you're going to be struggling longer than you would have in those years. So, as I'm saying, I used to have conversations with people and purposely ask them how old they are so I could say how old I am and feel a boost in my ego. And this is genuinely true. I used to do this a lot. I don't know why I did, but because I knew for a fact that the age that I was at, I was in a better position than a lot of people my age. So I knew that if I was to ask somebody, like, how old are you? And then they'll say, okay, yeah, how old are you? I know for a fact it was going to make me feel better because I know I'm in a good position for my age. But then, as I said, but me and him are on the same playing field. So there's nothing to really be proud of. And it's the truth. Like, I used to be like, okay, yeah, let's say you are 22 and I'm 20. And you ask, okay, let's say more back in time. Like, let's say you are 20 and I'm 18. And I say to you, well, how old are you? You say, oh, yeah, I'm 20. Then I say to you, oh, yeah, I'm 18. And at that point in time, you feel like, oh, this guy's like, wow, da-da-da-da-da. There is no wow factor because I'm on the same playing field as him. Like, realistically, let's say, God forbid, I was to fall off at that point in time at the stage of 18. And then he was to continue to look in, and then after that, we look at each other at, he's 25 and I'm 23. We're on the same playing field. Like, naturally, the age that I was at does not matter. It didn't matter because we are on the same playing field. Life is a game of last man standing. And I have a video about this coming. It's a game of last man standing. And I think I've heard the concept that, what's the point of winning at half time? There is no point. There is no point being that person who's like, okay, yeah, I'm up now at this point in time. Yeah, let me just enjoy all the rewards now. Finish the race. And the thing about life is that the race basically never finishes till the day you die. So it's about you want to be first place for as long as possible. But when you are at the age of 18, or not even have to be 18, but like let's say you're at the age of 20, and you keep holding yourself within your age, like, yeah, I'm only 20, I'm doing this, or I'm only 18 and I'm doing this. You're locking yourself in. Because at that point in time, soon you're going to have to grow out of that childish mindset where you're like, okay then, at the age of this, I'm doing that. At the age of this, I'm doing that. Forget about your age and just be like, no, it's a standard of me as a man. It's not because I'm of my age I'm doing it. I'm doing it because this type of man I am. And the type of man who does these sorts of things. And that is better for your mindset than saying, okay then, I'm doing this because of my age. I'm doing this because of this. You're doing it because that's who you are. So I've said, yeah, me and my friend spoke about this when we were younger. And this is what I was talking about earlier inside the video. Below 18, you only get judged locally. Your pool of people is only your school and the neighbouring schools. However, once you become 18, and it's even worse at 21, it's like you are now competing against grown men. And this here was one of the funniest things me and my friend ever spoke about. So, one of my close friends that we was going gym around, I think, 16, 17, 18. We was pumping iron all the time. And actually, I think we was talking about when you hit the stage of 16, but them times we were still in like 11. So I think it hit us more when we finished sixth form. Because at first we were like, yeah, we're with this, like we're looking, because me and him had better physiques than the majority of people our age at that point in time. But when we hit 18, it was like a click in our mind where we were like, we're actually competing against these grown men. Like, it's no longer like, okay, I'm going to be jumping in sets with people who are younger than me. Like, I'm not jumping in sets with people, let's say I am 18, I'm jumping in sets with people I'm 16. It's more like, okay, there's the 40-year-old guy who comes to the gym consistently. I need to jump in a set with him. Huh? I thought I was getting compared to teenagers before. No, you're chilling with older men. Like, for the majority of my fitness period and my fitness training lifestyle, I've been training with people older than me. I think from when I hit 18, I started training with guys who were 27. Well, he's probably 25 at that point in time, or like 26, and a guy who was 24, 25. So I've transitioned from training with people who are younger than me and my age to training with literal adults, because it's like I've now switched positions. I'm no longer a child anymore. I'm now an adult. And people are going to look around and look at us and be like, okay, then he's a man, he's a man. Okay, he's most likely a man. They're not going to look at me and say, okay, he's 27, 26. He is 24, 25, and he is 17, 18. Okay, so he's a kid, he's a man, he's a man. No, they're going to say these are all free grown men. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're not going to say, okay, then that guy's a child. No, they're going to look at us as all free grown men. And this is what I need you guys to get into your head. It's not that, okay, oh, I'm at my age, yeah, I'm doing so amazing for my age just because I'm a kid. No, you are a man. That you're the type of man who does that. And this is not for me to belittle you, but for me to say to you, yeah, whatever you're doing, let's say you're doing what at the ages of 18 to like 25 or whatever age is. You're doing amazing for your age. Yeah, you are doing amazing. But it's not because of your age. You're doing well because that's the type of man who you are. So I want you to shift your identity from, okay, I'm doing this good because of my age. It's like, no, you're doing that good because that is just who you are. You are that type of person. You hustle and you work for the stuff that you want to work for. But this links back to, as I said, being judged locally or by the neighborhood schools. But when you hit the age of 18, it's like you're now universal. So as I said before, it was like, I'm doing good for someone like the 18-year-olds inside of Lewisham, or like the 18-year-olds inside of Lee Green, or like wherever my area is. I'm looking good for the guys from like Kidbrook or something like that, my local areas. Or once you hit the age of 18, it's like it's no longer about your local area anymore. It's like, okay, then there's a guy from, I don't know, let's say there's a guy from New York. I'm now basically competing with that guy because I'm now at the age of 18. It's no longer like I'm some random school kid. I'm actually in the adult world. So let's say, for example, especially because of how international the world has become, so people can literally just be flying around meeting whoever they want. It's like, okay then, this person here, let's say there's a girl here and she's international. She can look at me and say, okay then, I like this guy, but he's 18. And go to a whole nother country and be like, okay then, I like that guy even more and he's 22. It's like, you'll be like, it's not fair, but you'll be like, no, we're on the exact same playing field. It doesn't matter because we are both men, grown men. So this is how I want you to be thinking. Once again, you are a grown man. Give me a second, I can hear my cat. Sorry, I can't remember where I was, but I think I was talking about we're all on the exact same playing field. And this is exactly what I'm trying to talk about. Once you reach the stage of 18, you are on the exact same playing field as every single person. Every single, well, at least grown man. Because we are all deemed the exact same person. Not the exact same person, but the same age. We are all grown men at that point in time. And there's a lot of 18-year-olds who just look like grown men. And you'll be looked at that and be dealt like that and handled like that, whether you like it or not. You just have to accept that's the role you're inside of and just run with it. So finally, what I wanted to say was, so in gymming and in dating, you are on the exact same playing field as every single other man. There could be a 40-year-old man who you're looking at, and if you guys are both in the same local area, you're both single, the girl who you might be looking at is most likely going to be looking at him because he's older with more experience ahead of you. Whether you like it or not, it's just part of it. So I've said, one of the final thing I was going to say, yes, I was 19 trying to talk to a girl who was 24, turning 25. She's probably not going to see this. If she does see this, it is what it is. You got me. I said, her pool of men are well above my age. And this woke me up because I was so used to being at the top when I was younger, but now I'm competing against grown men with 10 to 20 years more experience than I have. And this is the thing you have to wake up to because at that age of 19, I was like, I'm so used to being at the top when I was in secondary school and in sixth form. I was like, so easy for me to do this, do that. But at this point in time, it's like, no. It's no longer just whoever I'm looking at and talking to is looking at me because I'm like the top within my school or like my local area. No, she has access to the whole entire of London, the whole entire of the world, because that's what you get when you're at that older age. And as a young man, you have to accept that and be like, hold on, I just got to affirm that. Because realistically, what can you do? And that's one thing that really helps me to stay single at this point in time and focus on the grind, because I have another video also coming saying that, I can't remember what the title's going to be, but it's going to be along the lines of your crush is not your crush, or you're not going to be able to get with your crush because by the time you get to that age Obviously, this is a little bit long for a title, but by the time you get to that age, she's not going to be your crush anymore. Because your crush is not going to be your crush because she's most likely going to be older than you. And that woman's going to most likely get with somebody who's even older than both of you. So, this is one thing that's really helped me because I've been like, I am 20, so any single girl that I most likely look at right now is probably not going to get with me because there's somebody older than me who's in a better position than I am, who she may also find attractive. And when you are a young man, and once you contextualize that and accept that, trust me, you'll be in a lot better position mentally because you'll be like, any girl who I most likely look at right now is probably not going to get with me because they're probably going to be interested in somebody older than me. And that's just the game because we are all grown men. It's no longer like, oh, let's say you're in secondary school and both of you are 15. She's most likely just going to be attracted to you because that's her pool of men at your age. But once you both reach the age of 18, it's like, you're interested in women a lot older than you, and she's interested in men a lot older than you too. And women older than you most likely don't want you, but the men older than her most likely want her. And once again, you just have to accept that and say, okay, then I'm going to work myself to become the best version of myself, so that when I get older, I can actually attract somebody who will want me as much as I want them. And finally, to end it, I said, you have to mature as quickly as possible because you aren't as young as you think. We are young, but it doesn't mean you should be complacent. So as I'm saying, enjoy your youth, enjoy these things. If you're ambitious, you're going to listen to this video and actually take action and start thinking differently. If you're not ambitious, live your life because I'm not here to change people who aren't ambitious. If you don't want to go down this route, you don't have to go down this route. Enjoy yourself. However, if you are ambitious, hear these words and take action. You aren't as young as you think. You should not be wasting as much time as you think you have. Because when you get to the older ages, you're going to be like, I wish I did not waste that time. I wish I started earlier. So, you aren't as young. You may be 18 or what, however old you are when you're watching this. You may be that age. However, you're soon going to become an adult, soon become a grown man. And once you understand that, then you'll start to shift your mind and focus on the things that actually matter for you at this point in time. And this also links back to the other video about age 10 years in 1 year. You want to be operating as an older man at your age. Imagine you are 18 thinking like a 20-year-old man, 28-year-old man. You are going to be a whole different monster when you're 21. And that's basically it, guys. Past 18, we are all basically the same age. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, once again, subscribe. For the Identity Shift ebook, link is in the description. And if you're interested in joining Gold Echelon, link is also in the description.